on the Quran?
Yeah, getting them on the Quran, man. I got some stuff in the Quran, man, that I just picked up.
So you saying when they read that, when they see what you read today,
yeah,
they gonna not.
Man, look, I told brothers, man, make sure you write down these precepts that I'm bringing out because there ain't no way that they can refute them. Right. So what you do is instead of them always trying to debate us in our book and stuff like that, ask them questions about that book. Yeah, let's pull this Quran out. And let you deal with
you gonna go to their home, take over their spot.
Yeah.
That's the way to go. Most times,
right.
Yep.
All right. Yeah. We can answer all the questions that
you know when you ready.
Bible.
Right.
Yeah, we ready.
Ready?
Yeah, we ready. Okay.
This is Rude and Speech Radio, where every week we get rude and speech. You already know. We got the man, we got the host, the all host on the top of the table. Officer Desire Wine doing big things. We got the man of the hour, Officer Mataza Pod doing things over there. We got the special guest because he is special. Yaquab in the building, and we definitely got my man Yashima over here in the corner. Say what's up to the brother. And you already Nizzo, Officer Nizzo. Rude and Speech Radio, man. Let's get it.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
Damn. All right. Right, man.
So we're going into this week now.
If you were sleeping, you woke now.
Yeah.
That's what not do.
We're going into this week, man.
All right, man. Oh, what you know what I mean? Like, can we recap the Harlem barbecue real quick?
Shout out to Harlem, man. You know what I mean?
Zariak and those brothers up there, man. Them brothers got good hospitality.
Damn right.
Everything turned out well up there. We seen Officer Nizzo. You already Nizzo.
Right.
What was that? What was that called, sir?
It was a ceremony.
So you had a marriage ceremony.
Congratulations to my brother on the top.
You know, Captain McCod.
Captain McCod.
With his friends as well. You know what I mean?
So the honeymoon is over for now.
Definitely the honeymoon.
Straight to the honeymoon. But all in all, the Harlem barbecue was good. And one thing that occurred at the Harlem barbecue was a book kiss. A book kiss occurred at the Harlem barbecue, and it was good for black people to actually see that because black kids was out there, black women and black men was out there, and they was able to see the true place of white people and where white people belong. White people belong on
check this out, though.
kissing the boots of the
Did you see the video?
You kind of want to count.
The video was epic. The video, he said, I'm going to kiss your boot. And then it just froze. It was like, kiss him up, people. Shout out to Designer.
At the beginning of that video, right? At the beginning of that video, did you see the Edomite dancing to Prepare Slaughter?
Yes.
He was dancing.
Yes.
He was like,
listen. At the cookout, didn't he fall like right before? So he was tipsy.
Cause see, look, okay, I'll throw this out there. It was some people that didn't like the boot kiss.
Yeah.
Who were people who were, I would say, that saw the video.
Right.
That didn't like it.
Yeah.
So what'd you say about that?
Okay, I would say that
gets my boot.
Well, I mean, what would you say? What would you say about the people that didn't like it?
People that don't like it are the same people that said, don't tell Pharaoh to let our people go because you're going to make our work harder. You're going to make our drudgery more severe. You know what I'm saying? Those people that said they don't like the video, they think that it's going to make their life harder. Or it's going to make black people looked at under the microscope more. You know what I mean? So it's going to make it worse. So they feel like causing a hate war or causing a uproar or unrest between two groups like white and black people is going to make it more difficult. You know what I'm saying?
Right, sure. What I like is I think that the boot kiss was much needed. Like I said, besides the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge, there was another barbecue going on out there.
Yeah, right.
And what black people got the chance to see was black people in power, in some type of power. Yeah, now we know that the Edomite ain't blessing us with the kiss or nothing like that. Right. It's the Most High blessing us. It's the Most High that's blessing everybody else who's able to see this.
Right.
You know what I mean?
If I could. Because, okay, now what people don't really understand is, and people that might not have been there, what they don't understand is that before the Edomite even got interviewed by me, it was because he was there standing in front of the barbecue and he was dancing. Right? Now, the way I look at it is this, right? It was It was like what, 2 barbecues going on?
It was a lot of barbecues.
It was like a couple barbecues, right? Now, it was white people too. It was white people out there too, right? So it's now this white man, he sees that all these people over here at this barbecue was black, Hispanic, right? From where he could see, and also was Native Americans there too. But from what he could see, it's all niggas over here, right?
Right.
So what white people do is, it's like they got all the land, right? They own all the land. But it's just that one speck of land that we was on, he had to get on that too.
So did you feel like you was taunted?
Yeah, because we was actually doing an interview at the time. We was doing an interview. I was doing an interview with The Wolf.
Hazza Hobb.
Right.
Shout out to Hazza Hobb,
right.
man.
I was
That's
doing
my
an interview
man.
with The Wolf, right? I was doing an interview, and it was actually like 2 white dudes who were standing there at the front, and they were like kind of, just talking, but they were talking, but nobody was paying attention to them.
If I could, when I first came in, it was like, hey, just keep your eye on them 2 Edomites, man. They over there making berserk. You know what I'm saying?
So he was like, sort of like mocking it. Right. That's what what I got from it. That they was over there mocking our music and mocking the gathering. You see what I'm saying? So that's what made me, I pan the camera and focus in on him, right? And then I'm like, I'm going to go talk to him. Right. I'm going to go talk to him, and I'm about to go ask him, I see you over here dancing and stuff like that. So let me just see, what's going on. So when I specifically talked to him, I wanted to ask him just straight down the line questions. Why do white people hate black people? Bomb. Why do, white people call the police on black people when they have barbecue? Bomb.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And you got to understand.
You see what I'm saying?
That was hard.
So, and then if you notice, the first time I asked him the question, he kind of had some gibberish. Yeah. Then I said, no, my question is, why do white people call the police on black people when we have barbecues? And then he cleared his mind he had a moment of clarity. He said, I can answer that. The reason white people call the police on black people is because white people don't like black people.
Right.
That's what he said.
So you can't. That's the most time. You can't be mad at that video for us actually getting the truth out of Esau for once.
Right. Exactly.
You see, we got the truth out of Esau for once. Esau, you will never see a white person actually tell you straight up that white people don't like black people.
Right.
You'll never see that.
And that right there that's like you said, that's the Lord. You know what I'm saying? The brother was highly intoxicated. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
But that made him tell the truth.
But not quite. He wasn't that intoxicated. He was intoxicated.
But
he wasn't that intoxicated.
Not to know what he was talking about.
Right.
He knew exactly what he was talking about and what he was saying.
Right. Because he had moments of clarity where he answered the question. Like when he said, "Oh man, that slavery stuff, that's just with down south," and I said, "Nah, it was slaves. It was slaves up north too. You know what I mean? One of the biggest plantations was in New York."
Right.
So he said, "Oh, I didn't know that." You know what I mean?
Right.
But the point is, you know what I'm saying? Like the white man is like this, and the white man is like this. He see us on our little patch of land, and he has to come over there and gobble that shit up too.
Right.
He has to come over there and he has to stand in front of us and he has to mock us. Why didn't he go to anybody else's barbecue and do that?
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's like, you're here and you're mocking us, so now the Lord sent you to us. So that now you're gonna get what you're asking for. Now you mocking us, so now you're gonna get what you're asking for, and now since you're mocking us, we're gonna mock you. Right. You know what I'm saying? And now you're gonna kiss everybody.
It was so epic, man. It was so epic.
The Lord was actually using you at that point in time to show other blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans that was out there that there is a God, man, and that black people mean something. Right? You know what I mean? That we ain't just average run of the mill Negroes.
Right. Because if I could, in his ignorance, we found bliss.
Right.
You know what I mean? Real rap.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. So, it is what it is, man. Either way, I just want to say this, too. And it's just like a little PSA for the nation, too. When you put up your videos, hashtag the city that you live in.
Yeah.
Right? Hashtag the city that you live in. So when somebody types in Wilmington, Delaware, they're going to see that video.
Right.
Like if you type Wilmington, Delaware right now, it's on the lineup with Wilmington, Delaware.
Right.
So we can actually take over the goddamn state we can take over the city.
Hashtag.
With the hashtag.
YouTube channel.
Right.
You know, like if you type in North Carolina, things will come up on North Carolina, like downtown North Carolina.
North Carolina fights.
Yeah, North Carolina fights. North Carolina this.
If I could, we getting close. Because when you type in Delaware, when you type in
the first few things come up.
And ICUPK is in it.
Delaware.
Yeah, it's like in the first.
Right, when you type in Wilmington, Delaware.
Yeah, it's in the first spot.
You know what I mean? Yeah, so if we keep doing it, we could take over the whole that and our channel.
Right.
How could you plug the video real quick? What's the video called?
So it's called look it up.
For the people who did have a problem, or the people who on the outside looking in and don't really understand, it wasn't us getting a bootcast to glorify ourselves or anything like that. That's just what the Most High did at that point in time to that other blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans at the Park see that the Lord is with the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. The Lord is real, and He's with the ICUPK.
5th Annual Harlem, New York, 2018 Barbecue Epic Boot Kiss.
Epic Boot Kiss. Let me ask you a question. Why do y'all think some Negroes don't like the boot kiss?
Because, specifically, like, I think it's because people feel sorry for white people. They feel sorry for them, and they don't like to see white people in a position where they look weak. Yeah, weak, and that's what it is. And mainly, like, for women who feel that way, that's fine. You know, because that's what you're supposed to feel because you're a woman. You know, you're supposed to feel, nurturing and all that. So, when you want to feel all that nurturing, you could nurture me.
Right. But I felt power when I said that. You see what I'm saying?
Did you see him jumping with a fence?
Yeah. I seen women actually get boot kissed.
Yes, the sister got boot kissed.
Kids was up there getting boot kissed. You know what that does for the psyche of a young black kid? So when he understands that the white man is beneath him and the white man needs to be kissing his boots, you see what I'm saying? That's what actually helps our kids. Not our kids thinking that the white man is above him. Not our kids thinking that the white man is more beautiful or more this or more that, because that's what they believe through the little studies and tests that we have seen so far. They believe, you know what I mean?
Because being their king.
Now they get to see themselves as princes or kings, or you know what I mean. They see themselves as more beautiful or more powerful.
Right.
They got that.
And if I could, real quick, you know what I'm saying? Like you said something that was real heavy just a second ago. You know what I'm saying? And the thing about it is that it's not of us. This is written.
Yeah,
that's right. The scriptures say that the Lord was going to bring them to their knees and make them lick up the dust of the prophet's boots.
Right. That's what the scriptures.
That's what the scriptures say.
And it was
you know what I mean?
You said they feel sorry. Like, and it's crazy that they feel sorry because when you look at any lynching book, when you look at any slavery novel, any slavery movie, like who do you feel sorry for then? You know what I'm saying? You would have to feel sorry for the black folk.
Right.
But you don't feel sorry enough to. I mean, like I don't get it. How can you feel sorry for the white man who destroyed? He didn't rape, rob, pillage, took over the globe. He didn't rob everything. He didn't, every country is his. So I'm saying he owns every country. He's the Tasmanian devil.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I know why they feel sorry for them.
Why do you think that is?
Because they don't house niggas.
Probably, most likely. You know what I'm saying? They feel sorry. I understand, but I don't get why a person will feel sorry for the white man. He's done so much wickedness.
Because even with
I know. I just tried to call him back.
Even with the white man's wickedness, black people and even some black people in the truth don't see themselves as being over top of the white man. You see what I'm saying? You still can't fathom it because you have never seen yourself over top of the white man, whether you in the truth or not.
I tried to call him again. No, he watching it on feed.
Yeah.
You got
a call. Give him real quick.
Salaki, you need to make a call.
Yeah.
Let's get some shout outs.
Shout outs.
You got them?
I got like 4%. Go ahead.
I got them.
Yeah, call him on that.
You got speakerphone?
All right. Shout outs. We got he said young man in the UPK, McDeezy in the building.
McDeezy, shout out to McDeezy, the Golden Arches, man. Every week, man, it's a pleasure to see you, man.
Right. We got Yashar Gabar Ben Yahawada.
Shout out to Yashar, shout outs.
We got Rahab in the building.
Shout out to Rahab.
You want to say something?
Yeah.
All right, hold him up to the mic.
All right, Cat, you on?
Hey, Shalom, it's
Rakatah, sir.
He said, bring him up here, bring him up here.
That's all right.
Damn right.
Shout
Shout out to the youngest.
out to Keith.
Most High in Christ.
Word up. Nice.
Most High in Christ. Right.
That's
a
right.
fact. Right.
Right.
Yes. Right.
That's right.
Right.
That's right.
What did he say? Damn.
Wow.
Shout out to the devil. They being honest, man.
Whoa.
Damn.
That's
right. That's right.
Damn right.
Damn, nah, sir.
Yeah, I seen that. It was an older brother right by a pool. It was a bunch of Edomites around him.
Oh, right.
The white dude. It was a bunch of white dudes making a black guy kiss his boot.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right. You gotta put that picture.
Damn. You right too, sir. And if I could, cause remember we was the footstools back in. You know what I mean? We was the footstools. They used to use us as footstools.
Exactly.
Right. Colonel Wakana. That's right. That's right.
Right.
You good.
Nah, we appreciate it, man. We
definitely appreciate it.
We know we made it now. We got Captain Cottage. We got Captain Cottage. You know what I mean? From Cross the Line. God damn.
Shout out to Cross the Line Radio every Thursdays, man.
Yeah,
check that out, Cross the Line Radio, man.
And y'all got a hell of an intro too, Salak.
Oh my goodness.
Colonel Khan. Most High in Christ. That's what I'm talking about. Yes, sir.
Most High in Christ, sir.
Most High in Christ. Colonel Khan, sir.
That was Rakatah, sir.
That was Rakatah.
Long Christ.
All right, man. Let's give Captain Cottage our hand, man.
Yeah, he started to the show. It kept it up.
We made it, man. We made it. We got, I mean, goddamn, that's Captain Cottage out, man. They rocking the hell out of New York. Like, that's like big.
The General said he liked the show. Shout out to General Q. General Q said he likes this show. He likes to see 4 strong brothers speaking their point, man. So we making it, man. We doing big things, man. Shout
Most High in Christ. Now, if anybody had anything else they wanted to say?
No,
that's cool.
I think Yankov was actually looking for the picture of. Remember, it was a picture in the 50s or 60s, man, where there's a bunch of Edomites. It's a black and white picture. It's a bunch of Edomites standing around. It's a black man kissing the boots or kissing the shoes of a white man.
Salakia, I didn't mean to interrupt you. You got the shout outs. You was doing the shout outs and then you stopped. Salakia. Let's get the shout outs, man, because we got to make sure that we know everybody that's in the chat room right now, man. We know you in there, man. So that's why we're gonna hit y'all with these shout outs, man. Y'all rocking out with us. We appreciate all of y'all brothers and sisters that tune in every single week. Like my man Vegas McDeezy. You know what I mean?
With the golden
and Collier,
We got Captain Mawaquad in the building.
I thought we had 2 viewers.
You know what I mean?
Shout out to Cats.
Well, we got Ayash Rakab.
Shout out to Ayash.
Ayash, what's going on, brother?
And Rahab Yahawada.
Shout out.
In the building. D. Bronson. D. Bronson, that's a new name that I've been seeing in there. D. Bronson is in the building.
Shout out.
What's going on, D. Bronson?
Shout outs.
Who else we got in here? Man, you know what? Who else we got? Okay, of course we got Ann Collier. You know what I'm saying? She said, shalom, sister. Rahab.
Shalom, sister.
Man, so they rocking out with us, man. I appreciate that. You could be anywhere in the world, but you're here with us right now.
So, Space Radio.
I mean? We definitely appreciate it. And, you know what I'm saying? We're going to get into some more of these stories. Now, the next story I wanted to go into is Chinese people whipping black women's ass.
Oh, man. Yeah, I know y'all seen that video, man.
No, I have not seen the video.
Man.
But I have heard about it.
I'm going to tell you. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
The Chinese woman is whipping. Y'all heard of somebody getting their ass whooped?
Yeah.
You know how like you got a stick and you whoop somebody's ass?
Yeah, like beat it.
That's how this black woman got her ass whooped.
She
Let me tell you something.
Chinese
and you know the crazy
How many Chinese people?
1.
Oh my goodness!
Right.
What happened?
And you know the crazy thing about it, right? Is she was beating up on the black girl, and the black girl wasn't putting up no fight.
Okay, go ahead.
But any other time you see a black woman, if it was you, officer, not telling her something, she'd be like, nigga, what the hell is you? You know what I'm saying?
With all the neck and shoulders.
She would go back shit crazy on
her. Salakia, Buckhead.
That's so true.
This is fucked up. I'm trying to pull up the video of it, the latest one.
Right.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
it happens
6,
more frequently
7, 8, 9, 10 videos. Yes. Different videos. Different incidents of Moab.
Beating the hell out of black women.
Yes.
Could I say something? What I would like to say is this. Black women respect all them other goddamn nations. They respect them. Because, like the brother brought out, if it was a black security guard whipping a black woman like that, she will go ape. She would. How to say that? You ever see that the crowd go ape shit?
Yeah.
That's a new song, right? You ever seen the crowd go ape shit? She would have went ape shit in there. You know what I mean? She would have went. What was that? She would have went. She would went apes and gorillas up there. You know what I mean? She would have went crazy up there.
I never heard that one.
She would have picked up the goddamn chair and threw it. She would have picked up the table with the magazines on it and threw it. She would have turned over the goddamn, counter. You understand what I'm saying? If that black man would have did that to her. But because it's a Chinese person, they respect it. And she was letting that. If I had that staff, she had this whop, whack her, whop, and then she was like this. When she walked through the door, whop, give her one more.
I mean, busting her in the head.
Then came back, whop, hit the other one.
The girls that she was with, wasn't even doing anything. No. She just Moab just was on a rampage.
All right, now I got some notes on it. Okay, the girl apparently she was with her grandmother, and she paid for the nails. All right. But matter of fact, you know what I'll do?
I got it up.
You got it?
Yeah.
Let me see. Let's put it on the
you want to play it up at the camera, right?
All right, that's the one on Facebook.
That's the one for. He's going to play that one.
This is the actual news, John.
Okay. Well, I'm saying that you got the one where she shows her what.
Oh, that's it.
All right. All right. So if you could bring it to the camera, if you could bring it to the camera so that people can see it at home, you know what I mean?
Man, shout out to Kazak Damar in the building, man. Strong pump.
All right, so you're going to hold it to the camera right there on the right-hand side, the one's furthest without the tape. No, the other one. Uh-huh. When you're going to play it, and just hold it in front of the camera since we don't have it. Okay. A little bit closer. Up some. Up a little bit. Right there. So are they showing they showing the protest right now?
Right, and then it's going to show you the.
All right, you got to go down some. There we go, right there.
But she didn't like the eyebrows.
Look, pop, she getting it. All right, we ain't seen enough. It's the same thing.
Same thing.
Over and over and over again.
Over and over again, Israel.
Yeah, we see it. You know what I mean? Those Chinese people don't respect black people because they've been over top of you living deliciously for goddamn forever. And now they don't give a damn if you don't spend your money there no more because they know that somebody else is going to take your place and come in there and spend money.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
because where else are you going to go get your eyebrows done? Where else are you going to get your nails done?
Black women should start going natural, man. Go natural.
Because black women not natural for one,
right?
And two, we don't have no black-owned nail salons, and I'm pretty sure we do. I just seen one open up in Philly. I believe.
No, I think it was a hair salon.
That was a hair salon.
Was a hair.
They did open up a hair store in North Philly.
Shout out to the sisters.
Right. The point being, we need to have more sisters taking a 6-month course, man, to be an esthetician.
And they said he went through hell and high water to open that too.
Right.
It wasn't easy. It wasn't.
So if I could, if y'all had anything else y'all want to say, but I wanted to present something that I heard last night in class.
Right. I think it goes together with the story we just mentioned about the white guy kissing the boots and how people feel about white people, how people feel about Chinese people. Like you said, they didn't want to fight back out of a sense of respect. You know what I'm saying? Out of a sense of fear for Chinese people.
Why?
Why did they fear Chinese people?
Right.
Why did they fear Chinese people? Because Chinese people are okay. Why?
Yeah. Why?
Christianity.
Bingo.
Christianity.
I'm gonna say Christianity.
That's it. That's the answer. Christianity.
Period.
Because Christianity teaches you gotta love everybody. And if you hate,
that is a good answer.
You're going to go to hell.
Right.
If you hate anybody, that's what people think. Black people think that if you hate anybody, you're going to go to hell. And you're going to be under the ground with the devil, and he's going to poke you in the butt for all of your time.
Right. But you
had something you want to say?
That's that theory about turning the other cheek.
Right.
You don't want to say it on the camera? You good? On the mic? Okay.
And you know what the crazy thing is? The crazy thing is, black people believe that they can't forgive. Black people believe they have to forgive to get to heaven. When we forget all the rest of this hell, the shit that we doing, it's just we'll smoke weed, we'll sell drugs, we'll kill another black man, we'll do everything else under the sun. You know what I'm saying? That'll keep us from the quote unquote Christian heaven.
But we won't hate nobody.
But we won't hate nobody.
Check this out. This is gonna hit the bomb on y'all. Check that's heavy, and that's why I gotta come with something else. What could stop black on black crime and black crime? What could stop it? Not on a biblical level, but on just a level of a carnal level. What could stop it? You know what I mean? And the reason I'm saying this is because of General Muhammad last night when we was in class.
Money.
Brotherhood.
That is the right answer. But let me just tell you this, right? why don't Italian people, remember when Italian people came over here to America, what were they doing? They were Chinese, they were Italian people killing other Italian people, right?
Right. Jewish mafia was killing Jewish.
Right, but we're going to stick with that for a second, right? Italians, right? They were killing each other. Remember the mobsters, all that, they was killing each other. So what did America give the Italian people?
They gave them all the construction jobs in the world.
You guys know what you say?
Jobs.
Mm-hmm. They gave them jobs, right?
Property.
Right.
They gave them jobs and property.
Mm-hmm.
Something to do.
That's
right. Okay. This brother was in the class too. But it's heavy though, right? That was heavy, right?
Yeah,
now check this out, right? The white man in America gave those Italian immigrants, they gave them the unions, the construction industry, and all that, right?
That's right.
Those Irish people, what were they doing? They were fighting, right? Gangs in New York, y'all seen it all, right?
That's right.
What did the white man give them so they would stop fighting? Go ahead.
Power.
Mm-hmm. And what else?
Jobs. You know, a lot of them were police officers.
Police officers, right? They made them police officers. All them goddamn Irish people, they became police officers. No more fighting, right? Because they got a way to make money. They got a way to sustain themselves as a nation of people.
That's
right? What about Arabs? Arabs in America, remember they was terrorists back in the 80s.
Right.
You know, the 70s, 80s. And what did America give them so they would stop being terrorists?
The key to the city.
Right. They gave them gas stations.
Subways.
They gave them subways. They gave them, goddamn.
Right. Yeah, I know that, right?
Crown fried chicken.
Right. Crown fried chicken.
Saddam Hussein once had the key to the city in Chicago.
Yeah, I believe it.
But Crown fried chickens. Now, people think, oh, Crown fried chicken, that's nothing. Think of this, right? How many Crown fried chickens is in Philly? Okay. Now, let's say Reading. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, let's say Scranton.
Right.
Let's say Allentown.
That's just in Pennsylvania.
That's just in
Pennsylvania. Now, not to mention Oklahoma, with the hills in New York, the hills in. So they own
keep going up.
Every crown fried chicken and chicken joints in America.
That's right.
That's heavy, right? So what about Moab? And remember what the gentleman was bringing out was, okay, remember America was fighting against the Viet Cong, right, in the Vietnam War.
Yeah.
How did they stop the Viet Cong from wanting to fight against America?
Gave Chinese stores.
Yeah.
And what else?
Nail shops.
Nail shops.
Nail shops.
That's right.
And laundromats.
Right, laundromats, right? That's a heavy point, right? So you got Moab, the Chinese, everybody good, right?
Yeah.
But when it comes to black people, it's like, we gotta just love every goddamn body.
Right.
We still gotta be poor, but we still got to, go ahead.
You know what they gave us? Jails.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
They told us this, we gave us 40 acres and a mule.
A jail
They
cell.
gave us 40
So
40 cows some crack.
So it's a proven fact. If people have a way to make money, they won't commit crime.
That's right.
Damn. Whoa, wait. Did you realize what you just said?
What?
They really did give us 40 acres and a mule. They really did. Think about that shit.
Man, they gave
They
us
gave us
cracking
40
guns.
acres and a mule. Where does drugs grow at? In the field. How do
They
you get
own-
it across border to border? With the
Mules.
mules. They
Mhm.
gave us 40 acres and a mule. They did.
Shout out to Yak Bob.
Shout out,
Yeah. On a whole nother level.
I'm sorry.
But check it out. The white man gave us, we're the only race of people, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, that the white man wants to keep down, but he wants us to get ourselves right. Right? But then it's a proven fact that if a nation of people don't have a way to make money, because the only reason we commit crime is for what? To keep the lights on.
Right. I got money.
You know, to keep moving. You know, we keep the lights on, to keep food in the refrigerator. You know, stuff that you do when you have a job. You know, like,
When I was just selling crack
you
to feed my
know,
daughter.
pay insurance on your car, gas money. That's what people hustling do because they don't have a way to make money. Like the Italians and the East Indians and all the goddamn other nations that's in America have. You see what I'm saying? So since we don't have that, how can we stop committing crimes if we don't have no way to make money?
Right.
Exactly.
A nigga's not going to stop robbing and stop killing and stop selling drugs
Unless he
if
has
you
an
know
alternative.
right.
And that's what.
Unless he has an alternative.
And you know what? That alternative to a black man selling drugs and hustling, that alternative got to be a surefire, a sure alternative. You know what I mean? It got to be a proven alternative, nigga, where I can see myself making money.
I'm gonna bust your head.
Right? You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like the alternative for me was the ISUP.
And that's the only alternative. That's the only alternative.
That's the solution.
Commander General Yohana for keeping the truth alive.
Facts.
Right. And you know what? You know, the general actually made a good point the other day. If y'all heard him when we was at the Harlem Barbecue, he said, you know, and that's why I fucks with this school, man, and it's true. Because remember, he didn't take the glory. He said, man, thank you to General Mahyman and General Mayak for helping me to stay strong, to be able to keep this troop going. Because maybe if it was up to me, I would have probably bowed out. Yeah. But thanks to these niggas being, you know, with me and beside me, I was able to keep this thing going. You know what I mean? He never took credit on his own.
Shout out to all the generals, all the captains, all the troopers, all the women, all the brothers.
Saved my life, man. I saved a bunch of lives.
It's really deeper than what brothers really understand about keeping this troop going. You know what I'm saying?
Right. That's what it is, man. And we not marching in front. You know, we not marching. We done with that marching shit. And I'm not even going to put too much light on that situation.
That's right.
We ain't marching, man. The hell with all that. Marching, man. White people not feeling.
You know what? White people don't respect marching.
Yeah.
No, all you doing is just walking down the street.
They think it was like a demonstration. That's what they call it, a demonstration.
Yeah. And they set the cops up and they block the traffic. They tell you don't walk this way.
Walk that way. You still can't even walk where you want to.
What are you doing? Y'all laying in the street with signs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's silly, man.
But the woman, okay, she paid for the nails. She refused to pay for the eyebrows.
If I could real quick. So what saved us from that path of destruction was knowledge and information.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Just knowing that we, like you said earlier, just knowing that we have power. Knowing that we aren't under the white man.
That's right.
Knowing that they should be kissing our boots and the table's going to one day turn. Just the promise of being kings. The promise of being rulers.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what keep us from committing crimes every day. Because we know that for sure the white man is going to one day be our slave.
That's right.
Yeah, we know for sure that one day we ain't going to have to bust your head open. They're going to have to find out how they're going to eat their next meal.
That's right.
We know for sure that one day we're going to be living deliciously and feeding them out the trunks. Feeding them out the scraps. You know what I'm saying? They're going to be eating pigs and rabbits and alligators.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because they're going to have to find out how to live.
See, and if I could real quick, as Israel, as blacks, Hispanics, and natives in this country, man, that's in this captivity, what helps us not is bringing up so heavy. Because we, like, okay, if you only confine yourself to, let's say, the city of Philadelphia, you don't understand how deliciously the other nations are living. Because they live, because you see them right next door to you, right? But if you go out to Ben Salem and
so like, no, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, the reason why we don't see them living deliciously because they live next to us because we too busy trying to goddamn join them.
Right.
We should see that they living deliciously.
Right.
We should see that the Arabs are living super deliciously. But guess what? Because we banging our heads on the ground with Arabs 5 times a day, getting a little black mark on your head like you just came from Ash Wednesday, we think that they are.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And our people, that if I could real fast, make it quick. Like let's take the Poconos for example, right? Our people go out to the Poconos to have a good time and vacate and all that.
Right.
But the other nations, they have vacation homes.
They got the whole candy.
You know what I mean? They go out there on the weekend to just relax and chill.
Yeah.
In a whole nother house that they purchased because they own a 7-Eleven and a gas station and a Dunkin' Donuts and the shoe pile and all the nails. They own all these things which we buy into.
Right.
And they live amazingly.
So we rent in their cabin.
Yeah. What's that thing that Airbnb?
Airbnb. Shout out to that crowd for jamming that up.
Airbnb.
Those Arabs, man, they got, I bet if you went inside their house, you would see how good they actually live.
Oh man, Slock, if I could. My last slavery, I was doing like this It was a thing whereas they order things and we go to their residence and build the stuff at their houses. So I seen it. I didn't even know this was a thing. I got something in the works but I'm not going to reveal it tonight. But I say that to say this: I've been to every Esau, every Elam, every Moab, every Ishmael house, building stuff on site, and the way that these people live is above and beyond the average person's imagination.
And they got all the booze. Oh man! Like think about that. There are a nation of people who run the booze. They run what? They run the booze.
Oh, the booze. Okay.
So this is just pictures of how the Arabs is living, man. They got gold Lamborghinis.
That's not color. That's actual gold.
And then this is the crazy thing. Our people want to go to Dubai and visit it like it's like they have something to do with Dubai.
Yeah.
Yeah, but them Arabs is getting in their rump too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like what do I want to go to Dubai for and see the people that's oppressing white people living great?
Yeah.
Right. I'm telling you.
Why do I want to go see that for?
Think about this, right? East Indians in America, they cornered the market of alcohol. Like they're a nation that have the liquor.
Straight up.
Right.
We was on our way here. I had to describe the store that I wanted to go to by saying, "Oh, you don't remember the East Indian that said?" I was like, "Oh, he looked like he might be a brother," and I was like, "Yo, habla español," and he was like,
"Poquito."
Yeah, you know what I mean?
They'll speak Spanish, and then you be like, "Man, you ain't Spanish."
You ain't
right. You ain't Spanish.
Fraud, man. Faking the funk, man.
Oh, I speak Spanish a little bit.
Let me tell you something about the East Indians, man. They are living delicious. When I was at Amazon.com, I was working at Amazon, loading trucks.
Right.
You feel me? There was an East Indian back there. And you know what that East Indian man and an East Indian woman, he spoke for himself and he told me about her. He said that he has maids at home.
Right.
And he said that lady right there that you see, she has maids and cooks and all that kind of stuff too.
Right.
Hey, yo, man, shout out to the East Indians with the flip-flops, man.
They
be killing them with the flip-flops, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same.
My supervisor got flip-flops.
Yeah,
they don't worry about Jordans and
they wear chocolates with jeans.
Yeah.
Right. So, it's like. So what do y'all say about that? About the Chinese people whipping their girls' ass in the stores.
Yeah,
and they were getting it on with them too.
Listen, your mom could do nails. You know what I'm saying? She could pray. Yeah. Why don't you learn how to make the gel nails?
Exactly.
And then you pay $80 for a fill. You know what I'm saying? You pop them off real quick, pay $80 for a fill. Make your own gel nails. You can sit there and do, whatever. The sister probably make nails for you.
That's what I'm talking about.
You know what I'm saying? Get it popping on the block. Yo, I got the nail shop. You know what I'm saying? Hands out. And I'm going to get it popping for you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm about to, if I could real quick.
Go ahead.
I'm about to give a gem away to Israel.
Go ahead.
All right. Look, this is the thing about our people. We like to do things that's exclusive.
Yeah.
So our sisters, what they like to do is they like to brag about that, the fact that they went to go get their nails done. Mm-hmm. Oh, I went to go get, oh. Just, why don't y'all just do it for yourselves?
You know what I mean? But
like, are we kidding? Are we kidding ourselves?
Right.
You're going to these nations to get your nails painted. Are you kidding me? Like, yo, my sister's been painting their nails since they was 3.
Right.
Why do you have to go to another nation of people to get your nails done?
They want their hair done too.
Right.
What the Nakash one said, he said, "Why do you need a supply store for something that you already have?"
That you already have.
And you know what?
Straight up.
And it doesn't matter if your hair is done because we're gonna mess it up anyway.
Facts.
Who told y'all that this is you?
Right, exactly.
Who told y'all this? Y'all in competition with yourselves.
Right, but the things that we do need to understand is that we can do it for ourselves, man.
Like
I said, a 6-month course at Delaware State College or something. You know what I mean? Anything.
Gone.
Right.
Dawn Institute training.
Black women got blonde hair, right? Blonde weaves. And then white women got braids.
I'm starting to see that a lot.
Everybody
and whenever I see a white woman with braids, they always attribute it to Kim Kardashian. Another white person that started this style with black women and little girls been wearing these styles since they was kids.
It's just an interesting.
So,
Can we do a shout out real quick?
Yeah,
shout out.
You got it? So we got Princess Taratazar says, no way in hell Moab could have gotten me like that.
No, Moab crazy.
Yeah, right.
Tight-eyed bastards.
Yo, man, goddamn.
I do my own nails, Salakia.
Yeah, shout out to you. Whoever it is, shout out to you.
Captain Laban is in the building.
Captain Laban, man, right in Detroit.
Hadar Ya'alaban Yahawada is in the building.
I believe that's Detroit as well, right?
Damn right.
That's Detroit. Shout out to Detroit. Shout out to
He
Detroit.
was all in New York, too.
Yeah.
Right. And Zakawar Ban Shamaiwan is in the building.
Right. Kwama Wan, ISBK is watching.
Shout outs.
And Danielle Allen, man.
Shout out.
All right. Big shouts out to you. You know what I mean? Big shouts out to Detroit.
Damn right. Shouts out.
Rahab, yeah.
Big shouts out to everybody that's rocking with us, man. Big shouts out to everybody, the Ruler Speech crowd out there.
Check it out, man. That's the thing, man. Like, black women, you better stop messing with Moab because they whipping your ass.
Good.
They whipping your ass. And they getting to the point where they're getting, now, they're trying it with women first.
Right.
And then they're going to get bold. And that's when they're going to get stomped the hell out trying to do it on the man.
But you know what they're practicing to see? How far they can actually go with black
absolutely.
people before they kill a black person.
Absolutely.
What happens now? They protest out front of the store. They pray. And the gates will be back open again for business next week.
Let me tell you how we operate, man. While black people are protesting in front of these stores, you'll see other sisters going through the protesting, still going in the goddamn
still going in there.
See what I'm saying? That's how destroyed we are as a nation.
Right, man. So I think what our leadership should do collectively is to say that we should not patronize those people.
That's
right. And we should go natural. But they won't do it because that would jeopardize their seat with the white man.
Right.
And that's the reason why the ISBK is so necessary because there's nobody else that's more black power than we are.
That's right.
You know, standing out in front of the stores and black power, black dollars,
that's nothing.
Black power. That's nothing, man. That'll fade in 2 days.
Right.
And then everybody be back in there buying hair and it'd be business as usual. You know what I'm saying? So the only thing that you can do, man, when you see these brothers out on the street, man, and you see us out standing out there, man, baking in the hot sun, man, calling Moab the goddamn, what do they call? Bloodsuckers of the poor, then drop something in the bucket, man. You know what I'm saying? And don't fight us on that fact.
Right.
Just leave us the hell alone.
Right.
And support it and get in line because what needs to be said is what we saying every goddamn week.
Right.
Because nobody want to say
The
it.
leaders that's in charge of black people, you know what the leaders that's in charge of black people say?
Nothing.
Donald Trump is a pro-black president.
Well, we're going to get into that. We're going to get into that. But check this out. This is my public service announcement.
No.
This is what every black person should do, Hispanic and Native Indian. Go down your timeline on your Facebook. When you see a white person, delete. When you see a Chinese person, delete. When you see an African, delete. When you keep going down that line, delete. And then that way you can get them out your Facebook. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
And then when you start going, like, when you feel the need that you want to do your nails, then get with a sister that know how to do nails.
Right.
And you have to do our own nails, you feel me? Or get with a sister that can do the hair. Or go natural, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, leave your hair out in an afro. I seen a sister with an afro at Home Depot.
Right. Nice.
She had an afro, man. I was like, damn. I ain't never seen that. But that's what's going to have to happen. You're going to see a lot more sisters with afros. They're going to keep whooping their ass.
And for the sisters who feel some type of way, because maybe your hair don't grow right because of the lace fronts, because of the glue, because of the sew you've been putting in your hair during this captivity that we in. Man, still go natural, man. We don't care, man. I would rather see a sister with a little bit of hair missing on her sides, but she in the full glory of who she's supposed to be, versus still trying to put the goddamn glue and shit on her.
I don't know who told them that was cute.
Right, because we're gonna mess their hair up anyway.
Well, because like I understand. You know, a lot of sisters, because of the slavery that we in, because of them already having hair missing because of the glue and stuff, they might feel a little subconscious about it. Look, sis, we want to see you like that.
Right, because I'm the hair weave killer.
Yo, remember back in the day when the sisters, sisters used to gang up or gather up and braid each other's hair, man, in the kitchen or on the porch, on the back steps, man. Like, what happened to those?
Braids, man, braids.
And you know what they do? They try to find sisters for doing braids in their house. And what city was that or state? Remember they tried to find them for doing hair in their house. Yeah.
Yo, I was at Cheney University. Like, yo, you braid hair? No. 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 And I went to about 50 people, and all of them said no. And these were women. I was like, what happened to hair braid? Y'all all got lace fronts. Like you said, y'all all got the sewing. You know what I'm saying? Y'all all got the takeoff. You know what I'm saying?
And excuses.
They got excuses.
Well, arthritis.
We got to get to
I got nails.
I got carpal tunnel.
Yeah.
That's like the number one.
It's a lost art, man. Please bring that braiding back, man. I'm back in y'all, man.
Disease of the black community.
We're going to figure out how to do it on our own.
Our sisters need to realize that the other nations really don't like us.
Yeah.
So of course, when you go in their shops, they're going to mess you up. Because they want that. They don't got the hair like we do. They don't got the eyebrows like we do.
Shout out to the African braiding shops, man. They're taking your hair, they're taking your edges off, man.
I went to one before.
You want to say something?
You're going to have no edges, man.
I went to an African hair braiding store one time before. My braids were so tight, it looked like I was saying, huh?
You're like, you're moving fast.
You can't even see it. It's like
his eyes stuck open.
That's $50.
All right, you got it, sis.
I wanted to say something real quickly. I went to a hair store, and the Arabian guy seen my hair like this. I think it was Arabian, or whatever. But anyway, when I was walking in there, the first thing he did, he actually gave me a whole packet of how would I say? It's like a conditioner.
Relaxer.
I forgot what it's called though, but it was like
oil
orange
treatment.
like an oil treatment, like saying, hey, you know what? If you put this on, this is gonna make your hair so nice and more pretty, you know, more defined. And I was like, wow.
It is defined.
He looked at me like just like that. Like literally gave me a whole bag of things just in order to treat my hair.
Right.
No,
I just wanted just to let you know I'm Puerto Rican.
We like that,
so
like that.
my hair is frizzy, you know, and I mean I think it's beautiful just like this. I really do. I think it's beautiful, and this is without products.
Right.
So for so much years, I've been using my hair with gel, you know, trying to keep it all calm and stuff like that. But I love it. I love it this way as well.
Damn that. Right. Go out, it says.
Damn right, sis.
All right, we beat that down enough, right?
Nah, yeah, we cool.
All right, we beat it down enough. All right, go ahead. You want to bring something out?
No, I'm good.
All right, check this out. All right, a man calls police for his mentally challenged son, and they come in and kill him.
The doorway?
That was hell.
Is that the one where it's in the doorway?
No, it's a different one.
It's happening again?
Yeah. All right, I got 3%. All right. Hold on. I'm gonna go. I might have to. Hold on. All right. I'm gonna pull it up because I want everybody to hear it. I want everybody to hear it because it's heavy. Hold on 1 second. I'm gonna find it on YouTube. Then I'm gonna go on one of y'all phones who got YouTube.
Man, that's crazy. Every time you call the cops, man, somebody dies, man.
Right.
You call the cops, black people are in danger. You know what I'm saying? That's why I don't want to call the cops, man, because they say, oh, you should call the cops. You know what I'm saying? For any situation, the cops going to help you, but the cops are not coming to help me. I know that for a fact. If I call the cops, I might die today.
Yo,
you know what I'm saying? I call my brothers before I call the cops.
Shout out to Knock and his music, my family. We was listening to the tune on the way to our slavery this morning. He was playing a joint that said, how did it go? It was said that 911 been a joke. Call police.
All right.
So where was this at? You know where this was at?
I'm about to play it right now.
Because wherever this was at, is that if the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge is there, call the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge to handle these situations first.
All right, check it out.
Call somebody that's going to be at your benefit. Somebody that's going to be of some type of help for you. Instead, you call the cops and he gonna come. I just went to court today, man. I got a $150 ticket for running the stop sign. The cop was in an undercover car sitting in the parking lot. And the stop sign was on the a street that had no side streets. It was the stop sign in the middle of the street. It was a random stop sign for no reason. And I stopped, you know, the rolling stop. You know, the rolling stop. I hit the California road. I was like, yo. And the cop pulled out a parking lot in a parking spot. And the undercover car was like, yeah, I got you. You know, so I get to court, and he was like, just come to court, I'll take care of you. I was like, all right, bet. I came to court. He was like, all I can do is take off the points. You still had to pay 150. 150 for a speed ticket? I'm like, yo, man, just, I mean, can I get a payment plan? You know what I'm saying? Can I pay it down in increments, $10 a month, man? I'll be paying this till at least next year. You know what I'm saying? I'm not giving him my money. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I miss a payment, do you win on my credit? I was messing with it. You know what I'm saying? But yo, man, it's so bad how much money they make. Just sit in the traffic court, or just sit in any court. You mean criminal court, any type of court. You'll see how much money they make in a day's worth of work.
They actually that's like entrapment.
It's
when we go to our neighborhood, right? We always see that. I remember going into the neighborhood and seeing the cop go down the side street and just sit there and wait for niggas to come home and maybe run the stop sign or whatever the hell.
After a long day of work,
they are in the black community, in our neighborhood, preying off of black people doing any little mistake. Right?
Yeah, and then he gonna say to me, he gonna say, "That was a hot corner you was on." A hot corner? It was a old folk home in a bowling alley. Somebody's a hot corner. I mean, I'm like, that wasn't no hot corner. You made it hot.
Yeah, it's hot.
He made it hot.
He gets a lot of tickets.
He gets a lot of money off that corner, man. And that's what the white man is the devil, man.
Right.
For real, 100. That's like a day's worth of work, more than a day's worth of work, because I ran a stop sign.
Right.
Yeah, I should probably pay attention to the stop signs. Why do white people gotta be that way? You know what I'm saying? You sitting in the cut somewhere, just praying on. We can't even go in the streets because you're nothing.
Yeah, the Lord made them that
I sat there and watched them. I sat there and watched them pull down a side street, which was the back of these people's houses, just so they ducked off in the corner, just so that they could catch black people doing anything wrong on their way home or going to work. That's what they do.
All those speed traps and what's the other thing that they do around the sobriety checks and all that. That's all entrapment of black folk.
That's it, because they will never. You'll never see You'll never see a cop just sitting in the corner of some goddamn white neighborhood or an Arab neighborhood or wherever these people are pulled over. You'll never see it. Arabs don't get pulled. Chinese people don't get pulled over.
You don't never get pulled over in a speed trap in Ben Salem.
Right.
Ben Salem, man. Shout out to Ben Salem. Ben Salem is a suburb in Philadelphia, man. I think Empire about to buy a house out there.
I just know there's a lot of Edomites out there who do whatever they want to do. I worked with an Edomite, told me drag race car down roads in Ben Salem.
Right. They do as soon as you go and drag race, though.
And then I'll be locked up for 14
be the first Negro
years. 14 years.
Yeah, you know what? Nah, you know what? It was, man. You know what? I think they removed it from Facebook. They removed it because I had the video like queued up and ready to come out. I mean, you know what I mean, for tonight. And now I can't find it on Facebook. What was it? Oh,
yeah, well, let's just speak on it.
Okay, it was a guy, right? He called the police, and they had, man, I had the 911 calls and everything. But he called the police because his son has post-traumatic stress disorder. Yeah, and he had called the ambulance because he had called him before. He called the ambulance, and the ambulance came. But the father called back and said, once the son saw that the ambulance had came, he grabbed a knife. So he grabbed a knife, and the father called back. They played the 911 tape, and he was like, my son got a knife or whatever, such and such. Maybe you should send a cop or whatever. So the cops come in, and all you hear is, and at that time, the son didn't have no knife in his hand, but the guy specifically told his lady, so he has mental issues. We've been through this before. So when the cops come in, all you hear is bah 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 bah. And he was like, no, stop. You know what I mean? That the father was like, stop. You can hear it on the 911 call. Bah 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 bah. And they shot his son like
maybe 4 to 5 times in the face. His head. You know what I mean? And at the time, they found out that he didn't have no knife or anything.
Wow. What was this at? You remember what was that?
Oh, man, I can't find. Facebook took it down, man.
Yo, you know what's crazy?
If anybody know that video I'm talking about, could you please post it in the chat or let us know where to find it at in the chat?
Salakia, Zaka War said that they be trying to bait us. They try to bait us like the video of a truck, and I wish I could see this video. Like the video of a truck full of Nike shoe boxes in the truck in the hood trying to trap people.
Big cars.
They do that. They do it.
Yeah.
Big
cars. They made a whole show on that.
Big car. I probably would have got caught up.
They would have
those Jordans? I would have had the heart eyes. Are those Jordans? Are those Jordans? I gotta see knock and lock up.
It's a lock in. Yeah, but that's what they do. They leave cars running at the store and all that.
Nah, they don't be real. Yeah, they don't even. But that's what I'm saying. Though they getting people jammed up for what? For fun?
They entrap black people just for
fun, just for money. They do it just off shits and giggles.
Right.
They doing it for what? Like you said, they don't even be real kids.
You didn't really steal anything, but I put this here to try to make you steal it. So just because you tried to, I'm gonna knock your ass out.
And it's like Officer Design was saying earlier, like that's what happens when you have a nation of people who are deprived. You know what I mean? You do things in order to get out of that depression, out of that oppression.
That's what
I'm saying. So you don't have a car, you got kids, you got a family, you don't got a job. You see a car sitting started in the middle of nowhere with the keys in it running, you like, shit, that's my car tonight.
Right.
You know what I mean? And they do that on purpose. But we're so oppressed that we don't see it.
Mm-hmm.
We don't see that that's a setup.
Somebody talking on the phone, they get out the car and just leave everything unlocked and walk away.
A car just sitting there started with the keys in it. Like you don't see what that is.
And they go off your ignorance.
And so like you know how much Georgia's cost, like. And they have like a whole truck full. That's like over $5,000.
Right.
And then you getting a county time when you should be getting a fed time.
Right.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Listen. On the point that the brother was like, Officer Zion put out earlier, he said the police came in the house and just shot a mentally challenged kid. You know what I'm saying? That was supposedly holding a knife.
Mm-hmm.
Police are trained to disarm people.
Right.
Police also have bulletproof vests.
Right.
Police also should be trained in how to have troubleshooting or problem-solving issues. They should be trained how to talk a person down. They have a lot of skills. They also have tasers. They probably got a bunch of different weapons or alternatives like beanbag guns or whatever. They could have subdued them. You know what I'm saying? It could have been a lot of things they could have did. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Instead or in lieu of shooting him in his face 5 times. You know what I'm saying? So the thing about it is they wanted to kill him. They wanted him dead because he was black, because he was mentally challenged. That's what I'm saying, and that's the thing about it. Like, that's why we say don't call the cops. Just calling the cops put you in more danger.
Right.
The people that you love can be killed or harmed because you're bringing a wolf to your house to stop trouble. You're bringing Satan to your front door. You know what I'm saying? Don't bring Satan to your door. If ever you got an issue, you can deal with the issue, or if not, call men of renown. Call men that know how to handle issues. We called General Muhammad for an issue. And General Muhammad was like the law speak. Shout out to General Muhammad.
Shout out to General Muhammad.
He's a technician when it comes to dealing with issues and counseling.
That's right. Everything that you do for the nation of Israel.
Exactly. Facts. People like that help issues. People like police make issues worse. You know what I'm saying? They just instigate an issue. And if any for calling a cop, if you're going to a funeral.
Right.
That's just the way it is. You know what I'm saying? You calling the cops, you playing at a funeral.
And it don't even matter if you in a black neighborhood with black cops.
Yeah.
Black cops are still going to oppress black people.
How the KRS-One?
You see what I'm saying? You can't think that you're going to be a black cop and join the force and somehow change what the hell is going on.
Right.
When you're a black cop
from the inside.
Let me tell you something. You a black cop and you join the police force, you are going to oppress your brothers and sisters. Period. You are going to kill them. You are going to plant drugs. You're going to do everything that the white man do. Right. Because you're around the white man.
Now, what are you going to do when you see when you see a white man beating up a black man,
No.
what are you gonna do? Are you gonna stop the white cop from beating up the black cop? You're gonna lose your job.
No,
You're gonna lose your house, your car, your kids, your wife.
You're
You're gonna use everything
Okay,
because you want to stop a white cop from beating up a black guy. So what are you gonna do? You're gonna
Right.
muster it up. You're gonna cower in the corner and you're gonna watch.
You know what? You're either gonna watch or you're gonna join them.
Or you gonna join him?
That's right.
Like what do you say?
There's going to be few men that actually resist what the white man wants you to do. And I've only heard of one man that was able to resist what the white man wanted to do as far as killing black people, and that's General Hobbs. Remember the stories that you hear about General Hobbs when he was down and he was in the alley alone with the dude. Dude just did whatever the hell he did. He had a chance to kill him, but he didn't. He just locked him up. But he tells the story of when he came out of when he comes out of the alley with the man locked up in the handcuffs and everything's safe, everything's good, the gun is secured and everything. What does the white man say to General Hobbs? Hey man, kill that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? He should have shot him.
Check this out.
How many times have we heard
Shout out
that?
to General Hobbs.
Shout out to General Hobbs.
General Hobbs.
Shout out to General Hobbs.
He's the only one that got away from him.
I want to shout out to General Hobbs and shout out to this beer because it's horrible.
Let me get that.
He said the taste don't stop. He
told the truth.
Yeah.
He told the
He
truth.
said
the taste don't go away.
We're talking about these police, right?
Right.
If I could. We're talking about these police. We're talking about how they killing niggas.
Right.
And Hispanics, right? This book right here is called The American Dilemma. It's called The Negro Problem in Modern Democracy. This book was written by Gunnar Myrdal. Gunnar Myrdal was a Swedish eugenist who basically was financed by the Carnegie Corporation to give an unbiased look on the Negro problem in America, right? Now, this book was written back in the 30s, right? Now, let's find out what Gunnar Myrdal wrote. Now, he had 75 authors that helped him with this book. And they basically broke down every part of black people in America. You understand? And this is from the 1930s. Now let's find out what he said in the 1930s, right? It's called An American Dilemma. Over a little bit.
Over this way.
An American Dilemma, right? The Negro Problem in Modern Democracy. All right, good. Now, page 566. Now let's find out. Now, he broke down black people along with these 75 authors. He broke it down socially, economically, spiritually, politically, everything that you could break down with a group of people, a nation of people. And he broke it down as a think tank.
He broke it down real.
Let's find out what he said.
Decimals.
You could page 566 in the book.
Okay. An American Dilemma, page 566. It is often said that the decrease of lynching is only normal.
Phenomenal. Right. So he's saying that the decrease of lynching, it's not really happening. You know, it's not really. It's pretty much non-existent.
Very small.
It's very small. Go ahead. Read on.
Or partly so.
Mm-hmm.
There are several substitutes for lynching.
Now there are several substitutes for lynching. All right. Now let's find out what one of the substitutes of lynching is.
One is the killing of Negro criminals by the police officers.
You see that? Yeah. That's all we need. That's all we need.
So police killing black people in the street is a lynching.
Yes.
We just witnessed a lynching.
Right. In modern.
And what did it say? Did it say criminal?
It says, if I could, one is the killing of Negro criminals by the police officers.
And you know what the crazy thing is the people that the police officers are killing don't end up actually being criminals.
Right. No, like
they don't have no gun. Right. They don't have no knife.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And 9 times out of 10 didn't do what the hell you stopping them for.
Exactly. A broken tail light.
And
right.
Now, if I could, that was a physical. That's a physical book. From what year? I don't know if I could.
1930s.
And it's coming.
Check that out.
If you want to hide something from a nigga, what do?
Put it in the book.
This is in a book.
Check that out. Right there on what page is that? If I could.
167.
Page 167. The highlighted part, please.
Again, in an American Dilemma.
Right. I just wanted to just bring this out real quick. Go ahead.
Page 167. If we forget about the means for the moment and consider only the quantitative goal for Negro population policy.
Hold on, let me forget about the way we're doing it and just think about where we're going. Just think about the goal.
Read on.
There is no doubt that the overwhelming majority of white Americans desire that there be as few Negroes as possible in America.
That's why they call the police.
They want to kill you.
That's why they call the police. Right. When you're selling lemonade, they call the police. When you're doing anything that they do.
Right. They said we just read the Bible all goddamn day.
Right.
We're not reading the Bible. We're reading the white man's book. Go ahead.
If the Negroes could be eliminated, if the Negroes could be eliminated from America or greatly decreased in numbers, this would meet the whites' approval, provided that it could be accomplished by means which are also approved.
Right, within the Constitution.
Right. By ways that are approved in the Constitution.
So they're
trying to find constitutional ways to kill us all.
So they call the police, hoping that the police, that you're going to get out of line and the police is going to kill you.
Because that's Constitution.
Right. And that was written back in the 30s.
That's felony.
That never changed. What's that last little verse? I said verse. What's the last little sentence?
Correspondingly, an increase of the proportion of Negroes in the American population is commonly looked upon as undesirable.
But that's what they call. That's a word that they call black people.
Undesirables.
There you go, man.
Yeah, that's good.
You ain't heard it out of my mouth. You heard it out of the white man's mouth. You had something else? Go ahead.
If I could. Commonly, it is considered a great misfortune for America that Negro slaves were ever imported. The presence of Negroes in America today is usually considered as a plight of the nation.
Now, this had 75 authors, along with Gunnar Murdo. Gunnar Murdo was like kind of like a W.E.B. Du Bois.
Oh, yeah?
He was like a spectator, or somebody that, like, I'm sorry, not W.E.B. Du Bois. I'm talking about, what's the guy?
So Gunnar is a white boy?
He's like a James Baldwin. He was a spectator. He just watched it and recorded it. You know what I'm saying? So
Gunnar Murdo is white?
Yeah.
He's a white dude. He's from foreign.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So
because they didn't want a white man from America because he would give a biased look he would give a biased opinion on the Negro problem in America.
Wow.
So they wanted to get somebody. He was financed by the Carnegie Corporation, and they wanted to give an unbiased look on the Negro population. So he doesn't have anything to gain or anything to lose. He's just basically just telling them how he see and what he see and how everything is.
So that was unbiased. So he's telling, like that white man we seen at that barbecue, he's telling the truth.
The absolute truth.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's the only substitute to lynching is for, what did it say?
5 views.
Man, shout out to Pop Dukes is on here. God damn.
Pops?
I seen that. Yeah, Pops is in there, man.
Oh, your Pops.
Oh,
shout out to Pops, man. Pops is doing big things. Shout out to Pops.
Yard Man Yashikar, Zakwa Zakawar, and everybody else.
You know what? Shout out to Kazak Damar. Let me tell you something. Last night I was watching Commander General Yohanna, right? And I heard that one song. Did y'all hear that song that he was playing in Florida? Yeah, from Kazak. Kazak played me a song when I was in Florida, man. It was called No Sweat. And Commander General Yohanna was playing that song last night.
No Sweat, right?
The grill was on?
Yeah, while the grill was on, man. No sweat.
Moose on the
grill.
Big time.
No sweat. No sweat.
That's what we're supposed to be. We're supposed to support each other.
If I could, can I get a UPK compilation album?
Compilation?
Compilation.
Yeah.
Listen, you gotta talk to the man himself, Captain Katazai, Captain Tawul, Captain Akai. You know what I'm saying? You gotta talk to the big wigs in the music department.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
We need an album.
What is it called?
We need a radio stick. Okay, we
got one in Albany. Shout out to the brother in Albany too.
Lost Tribe. What is it called? Lost Tribe East?
Yeah.
And Lost Tribe South.
Yeah.
All the music don't play on there though.
Nah, he need edited versions of the songs. Send them out to the brother in Albany. I forget his name. If you on Say What's Up, you know what I'm saying? Send it out to the brother in Albany. We can get it played on rotation in Albany.
This is how we're gonna make things happen in Israel. It's by talking about it.
Right.
You know what I mean? We need, like, nobody knows that we want this stuff. and nobody says anything
right.
about it.
That's true.
That's right.
Yeah, shout out to the Captain Tower's new video.
Yeah, that's all fire.
Y'all, that
Out of the line, I love it. You're my guy.
You gotta see the dance though.
Yeah.
He said he danced like a horse.
No, I don't like your dance got the most props.
The prancing horse, man. That
Your dance got the most comments of anything else.
Yeah.
Oh man, that was that's from like
That's
a small
what-
town in Florida, man.
What's it called again?
Nocatee.
Yeah, they ride out, man. It's called ride out.
Nocatee, man, they ride out, man.
Outside, right.
Um,
Shout out to
Alright, where we going next, man?
Okay,
Yeah,
I need to ask y'all a question. Oh, just a fun fact: 613 people was killed by police. Black people was killed by police.
Right.
That's funny.
Hey, real
That's
quick.
how many laws it is.
I'm not even sure if, and this is a sidebar, so out here, you know what I mean? But did you see somewhere, and I seen where supposedly 52 people was killed in Chicago over the weekend?
No, it was 72 shot and 13 killed.
Okay, that's
Right, black and violence. But that kind of that goes into what we were talking about when we were talking about how the Italians, how they got their thing, and how the Irish got their thing. They was made cops and stuff like that. But the reason we have those problems is because black people need those nail shops.
Right.
The Vietnamese people need, that they have.
You know what's crazy? It's like when I seen it. Maybe it's because I just watched The Purge, man. What was that movie that? What was that movie called? The First Purge. You seen that? Where was the black people and the black? They actually started the Purge as a what is the word that I'm looking for? As an experiment in Staten Island. And so the black people was killing each other, right? Or supposed to kill each other, but black people wasn't killing each other, right? What the white man did was the white man sent a team of other white people in to actually kill the white to kill niggas.
That's in that first person.
To kill niggas and to boost the numbers up.
Are you kidding?
So I'm sitting there like, man, then right after I watched that, I seen 72 people shot in Chicago.
Wait, so that
niggas
72
ain't
people
really
got shot?
killing
The same people the Purge movie came out?
No, when it
The
was
same weekend?
right. No, what I'm saying, it was the Purge movie was an experiment. That the first Purge, that movie shows how it all began. Remember how we saw the other Purges?
Yeah.
But that one shows how it all began. It took place in Staten Island, and they did it as an experiment because the powers that be wanted to actually have this thing for everybody. Implement it.
It's kind of like you were just reading out the book.
Right, so they put it in the black community first, right? They experimented with it, but check it out.
Black people
on the
wasn't
first
killing each
night, on the night when it was like, who, you know what I'm saying? When usually how you see the other movies when the Purge comes on, and it's time, and they start blowing that big horn. Well, when they did it, everybody was just kind of. It was parties going on. Everybody was partying. They was having Purge parties. Everybody was chilling. And then they wasn't doing it enough, so they wasn't killing enough. So the people that was watching it from like this command center was like, man, they not killing each other. You know
so
what I mean?
white people was manipulating.
So the white people, what the white people did was they sent in a group called NAFA.
Acting like gang members.
Right.
See, white people sent in other black people.
No, other white people.
Oh,
white people. They said they're
dressed up like gang members.
Ex-military.
Right. They come in there and get it popping and get it.
And so what these white people did was these white people were going to different sites in the hood, killing black people. Where they knew black people was going to be at, they was going in and actually killing black people.
And it worked.
And it worked. Because they wanted to boost the numbers up so that the Purge could be everywhere.
Right.
And we know that happened because the Purge was really everywhere. That movie right there was just going back to the beginning.
Right. That's how it all started.
And so then, I don't know if the Purge just came out or anything like that, right? But I just happened to watch the movie on bootleg, of course.
All time, right?
Right after the weekend, it's what, Monday, Tuesday, and 72 people been shot. 73 people been shot in goddamn Chicago. I'm like, wait a minute.
Damn.
Don't even. It just seems like they're trying to make it. It seems like white people trying to make it seem like black people are violent.
It's propaganda.
Yeah, it's propaganda.
It's propaganda at its finest.
I have a hard time believing it like that.
They just want their blood on our hands.
Right. Right.
Of course.
Because the last white man that mass murdered was, what, 52, 56?
Right.
So,
Listen, Israel, blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians, It don't add up. We are not
to me.
them.
To me, maybe it's because of the movie that I watched, but to me, it just didn't add up.
It don't add up. We're not them.
That's it.
That's it.
We're not them.
I don't know if that's the movie, but if it is, I'm going to see it.
We are nothing.
No, that's not. It's not that one. It's not election year.
No, it's
the first. That's the first. It's the first purge.
It's called the
first purge. Oh, you gotta. What's the name of that? I wanted to look up something, but yeah, it's called the first purge, man. I got the bootleg. Oh, that movie's good, man. That movie's good, man.
Shout out to the hackers, Israel. We love y'all.
All right. So okay, the one. Okay, so I wanted to know: does everybody know what stand your ground law is?
Yeah, Florida law, just in general.
Just in general, the basics.
Stand your ground is defend yourself.
Right.
Self-defense.
Right. Okay. In Florida, if you fear for your life, you have the right to defend yourself.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? It's not just if you at your house and the person's on your lawn or nothing like that. It's anywhere where the hell you at, period. Wherever you at out in society.
Stand your ground mean like you can take your pistol out and you can throw somebody away. You feel like
a minute after you get a chance to think, you still can blow their brains out.
So it can be premeditated stand your ground.
Premeditated stand your ground. Wow. Okay. It's called, I forgot the actual one. I can't. It's an actual law that's like section 772, something like that. Stand your ground law, sometimes called line in the sand or no duty to retreat law, is a justification in a criminal case whereby defendants can stand their ground and use force without retreating in order to protect and defend themselves or others against threats or perceived threats. An example is where there is no duty to retreat from any place where they have a lawful right to be and that they may use any level of force if they reasonably believe that the threat rises to the level of being an imminent and immediate threat of serious harm or death. Damn. You know what the crazy thing is? The white man let George Zimmerman claim stand your ground when the police on the 911 call told him to stop. What the hell you doing? Yeah, stand down. So he chased him down and still was able to claim stand your ground.
Wow. The white man,
because he didn't have to retreat. So instead of the opposite of retreating is going forward or falling on him. So he moved forward on that. So technically he didn't retreat.
And you know the crazy, that was against orders. The 911 operator told him to sit down and chill out.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like if I may, I thought that if you was in an imminent threat and the threat backed away, you're supposed to go the other way.
Okay, well, we live in the Esau kingdom, so Esau got his laws lined up to suit himself.
Right, because let me tell you, remember the brother that just got killed, the stand your ground that just happened in Florida, where the brother came out, the Edomite was yelling at the his wife or something like that.
Right.
He came and pushed him down. That white man wasn't an imminent threat because the black dude stood there and just waited for the thing, for him to shoot or whatever.
Exactly.
He wasn't in no imminent threat. That white man.
White man is a devil, man.
And now,
he had at least 30 to 60 seconds to think about what the hell he was about to do, and he chose to pull the trigger.
Yeah.
And now we got to deal with the Blue Lives Matter bull crap.
Yeah, that's
listen.
What is that?
Blue Lives Matter.
Black
police life matter.
Black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian man. Stay. Hold on.
Okay.
Hear me now.
I got it.
Stay out the streets, man.
The streets
is no place for black men.
They say Black Lives Matter, man.
The streets, if I could. The streets is no place for a black man. The streets is no place for a Hispanic man. The streets is no place for a Hispanic man. These damn heathens is taking so much advantage of us on every level.
Right.
The only place for our people is right here, right now. In the ISUPK, under Commander General Honda, one class. That's the only thing we got.
Listen, they said Black Lives Matter, right?
Wait,
Black Lives Matter. Look, Christ had a black life. And even his life ain't bad.
Didn't even matter.
It didn't even matter. They put him in they strung him up just like they strung up Nat Turner.
Pinata.
What Captain South say? Jesus Christ had a war.
Man. Yeah, Jesus Christ had a war, man.
And he wasn't playing.
Killed him. He
wasn't playing.
And his homeboy turned him in for some bread.
Right.
Like that's like a regular story that we see every day. His man tried to
and
get
then
the
the
money
man
from
got
him.
murdered.
Yeah, then he got murdered.
He got murdered.
He bought it for 50.
Yeah,
What was it, like 50 shekels? It's like $2,000, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy, man.
Salaki,
that was ever wrong.
Oh, go ahead. You had something?
No,
okay. Salaki, okay. This is what I wanted to get, right? The stand your ground law. This is just so everybody knows. You know what I mean? People who watching and might have heard about that. You know, stand your ground law. Let's break it down what it actually is. Okay. And we can add it on to what the story the brother brought out last week.
Okay.
Okay, this is Penal Code 776.013. Right? This is commonly referred to as the stand your ground law. Right? Now, the first, it says a person in a dwelling or residence in which the person has a right to be, has a duty to retreat, and has the right to stand his or her ground to use or threaten, or to use or threaten to use. Okay, non-deadly force against when non-deadly force. This is subsection A. Non-deadly force against another when and to the extent that the person reasonably believes that such conduct is necessary to defend himself or herself or another against the other's imminent use of unlawful force.
Right.
That's with the brother. Okay, now let's read what happened with the brother.
Okay, so this story is about Michael Drejka. Michael Drejka is the white man who killed Marquise McLaughlin.
Right, Marquise McLaughlin. Okay,
so
go ahead.
This is from Vox. It says he killed someone in a parking space dispute, but police say he just stood his ground. Michael Drejka shot Marquise McLaughlin in a Florida parking lot. The question is if the state stand your ground law allowed it. All right? And this is a story written by German Lopez. It says, it seems like an obviously unnecessary escalation. An argument about a convenience store parking space turned into a deadly violence. Michael Drejka, after being shoved to the ground, shot and killed Marquise McLaughlin, who had pushed Drejka but started to back off.
Right.
But Pinellas County Sheriff Bob Gutierrez said the authorities will not charge Drejka for the shooting, citing the state's stand your ground law.
Go ahead, read the next one.
Based on surveillance video and reports of the encounter, McLaughlin and his 5-year-old son were in the Circle A food store in Clearwater, Florida, on Thursday when Drejka, the white man,
the white dude,
approached their car, which was parked in a handicapped space. McLaughlin's partner, or his wife that we know about, Brittany Jacobs, was in the car with the couple's other kids. So there was other kids in the car when the Edomite went to go start trouble.
Right, so now I'm going to go ahead, you can finish it out.
Drejka and Jacobs began arguing over whether McLaughlin and Jacobs were allowed to park there.
That's the wife.
Right. McLaughlin then came out of the convenience store and pushed Drejka to the ground.
Right, now I'm going to read the stand your ground law, the non-deadly force part. It says, non-deadly force, subsection 7, this is 7, stand your ground law, Penal Code 776.013, subsection A. Non-deadly force against another when and to the extent that the person reasonably believes that such conduct is necessary to defend himself or herself or another, his wife, against another's imminent use of unlawful force.
She was creepy.
That's what the white man was doing. He came out, so McLaughlin actually
he had
the right to get stand your ground law.
Right. Exactly.
Right. So let's go ahead and read on.
It says, as McLaughlin began to back away, Drejka, the white man, pulled out a gun and shot McLaughlin in the chest. McLaughlin then ran into the convenience store. He was taken to the hospital, but he was pronounced dead.
Right. Now, this is subsection B. Subsection B says, deadly force if he or she reasonably believes that the using or threatening to use such force is necessary to prevent imminent death.
To prevent imminent
death
or great bodily harm to himself or herself or another to prevent the imminent commission of a forcible felony.
Right.
So the brother was not the imminent threat to him.
Oh.
He was walking away, as you said. He stood his ground because the white guy came to his car where his kids was in.
That's real.
So he pushed the guy off of him, as it said in section B.
In subsection A.
He pushed the guy, or non-lethal force, he pushed the guy away from his car where his kids was. You know what I'm saying? And the guy in retort shot him in the chest. Now, who stood their ground in this situation?
McLaughlin did.
The aggressor was the white man. He came to the car, started an issue, and wound up killing the man.
That's right. And
because he initiated.
Why the white man is the goddamn devil. Because all this stand your ground law is a white racist, hillbilly, hook nose,
white people,
redneck, overall wearing movement, vigilante white people that want to kill black people. That's what the whole stand your ground law is. All these other states took it on too, like Texas. You know what I mean? The only one I think that don't do it is like Delaware and stuff like that. But Delaware got what they call a castle law. And the castle law is, if somebody comes into your crib, you can defend the castle. You know what I mean? But all of these other places, like in the South, you got to watch out, brothers and sisters, man, because, what white people are trying to do is they're trying to provoke us. They're trying to provoke us so that you can act and they can shoot you and kill you. And if they're not doing that, if they're not doing that, they call the cops on you because they know that it only can end up one or two ways.
Right.
Either when they call the cops on you, the cop is going to come and kill you, or they're going to let you go. Right. So it's kind of like a 50-50 chance.
Yeah.
So you got to be careful with white people now, man. You got to understand who you're dealing with, and you got to understand that you're at war with them.
Damn right.
Because if you don't, you are going to be the next person on the news.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Never trust that.
So what you do? So you know what you do? You get in between. You start yelling at the white man. You start telling them that he don't belong here. You tell them that he's probably mad because his wife is sleeping with a black man. You say things to him that's going to do what?
Enrage him.
And in turn, what will he do?
He'll be the aggressor.
And then what can you do?
Stand your ground.
That's what you do.
Right.
Damn right.
So, just always be mindful of that, man. These white boys, they trying to join the police force. They trying to call the cops on you. They trying to use stand your ground. They trying to do everything they can do. I mean, who actually gives a damn if you park in a handicapped zone?
Right.
Like, okay, check this out.
It's only one at the whole.
Check this out, man. Check this out.
It's never occupied, ever.
Right. Check this out, though. If we can't park in handicapped spots, why can't they park in our spots? They can park in our spots.
Hey, buddy, you parked in a handicapped spot.
But
You need to get out of there.
But they can park in our spots.
Handicapped person can park
Anywhere.
And then how much of a no life do you have to where you actually give a damn about who's parking at a goddamn convenience store?
But that goes to show you that because remember it came out that he provoked a lot of people at that place.
Yeah, right.
He was waiting for the one person that was going to put their hands on him so that he could pull that gun out and see if it's still
right. And you know what? He's still allowed to be in Florida. Where's all the thugs at? Where's Trick Daddy at?
That's what I was going to say. Where's the Negroes who say, hey, black man, you can't come to Miami.
Yeah, right.
But this white man who's killing black people can stay here.
Yeah, where's all the, the Haitian, what they call the sour posse? Where's the Zopound? Where they at? Where the Zopound at, man? Well, so he can come, he can kill somebody and go home and eat cereal,
Right.
And, but when it comes to some rap beef, you can't come to my city. You can't come. Come on, man. We gotta understand, man, that the gang life, man, has to stop. It's dead. It's no point.
The streets is nowhere for black people.
So you know what I
mean?
mean?
Gotta leave this shit alone, man. Real rap.
And I hope y'all
dying.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Niggas is dying out here. Niggas is going to jail. Niggas is getting on child support. Niggas is losing. Jake, you're losing.
For what?
For what? Losing. For the love of something that does not love you back. Come home. That's what we doing. What you think we doing here? You think any one of us in this room right now speaking on this mic don't want to be someplace else doing something else?
Right.
We doing this for us.
75 people killed in Chicago.
Come on, man.
For what?
For what? Because I was doing what? If y'all was listening to this show right now, that wouldn't have happened. If y'all was standing on the corner of Market and Broad
Market,
wouldn't have happened.
Right. With a camp in Delaware.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? This is an outlet for our people to get right, to get rulership, to get the boot off of our neck.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? This is all we got. And it's high time that we wake up out of sleep. You know what I mean? This is for us. Shout out to fucking Israel.
Damn right.
Shout out to Root of Speech. Shout out to Angry Black Man Media. Shout out to Don't Cross the motherfucking line. I don't care where you at. Don't cross it. You know what I mean? Shout out to everything that the UPK promotes. Shout out to all the things that the priests and the prophets is doing. Because without it, I don't know what I would be. I don't know where anybody is. Y'all, bro, I've heard everybody's story in Israel, man. Listen, y'all some bad motherfuckers, man. You know what I mean? And without this shit right here, I don't know what we would be up to.
You know what? The Wapians are about to be in the gay day parade.
If I could, yo, I had a interesting conversation with somebody who was a fake Israel. I mean, he was like, he's an Israelite too. He's like, yeah, Israel. Break it down. Israel. You can't get away from the L. El Shaddai, Elohim. I was like, this nigga ain't Israel. Get this nigga out of here. You know what I'm saying? It was an Israel guy, whatever he was. A damn Freemasons that was sworn. They were sworn to secrecy. So they took an oath to stay silent. So they can't talk. They stand there like this. I'm like, well, all right, listen, while people dying in the street, you stay silent. You know what I'm saying? There was another guy who was just radical. He didn't take his, not radical, whatever he was. He didn't take his oath. But he was just talking about he was like, listen, all roads lead home. I was like, okay, listen, I live 20 minutes this way. What does that? It sound good.
All roads lead.
I live 20 minutes this way. If I go this way, I'll never get home. He was like, well, eventually I'll get home. It'll take me about 50 years, and I'll go through hell and high water, mountains, ocean, bears, dogs, cat, white people, Indian people, and I'm making home in about 50 years. You know what I'm saying? Which makes no sense. Why do you have to go through so many trials and tribulations, so much turmoil, when you can just make it home in 20 minutes? You know what I'm saying? Right. All of these guys was here in this circle, and I just wanted to commend, Commander Junior High and the men above me, because we learned so many things from these people, and you see the idiocracy, you know what I'm saying, in the people that we talk to today. Like the brother always say, people think they real black power, or they think they real pro-black, until they run into real pro-black. So they run into real Israel. Then they see, okay, they like, brother, keep doing what you're doing, man. We need to have you out here on these streets, man. Instead of being out in the gang, man, keep doing what you're doing, man. Like, make sure you stay strong, brother. We need your, I don't want to join myself because, you know what I'm saying, I got to make sure that I got to take care of this, take care of that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got rank and camps and all of that. But keep doing what you're doing, man. Y'all love to see your brothers out there. And I'm like, what you doing is causing separate, if I could. He said, Hebrews, he said Hebrews, you saw me wearing my shield. Hebrews came into Kemet. You know what I'm saying? And then when they came into Kemet, we fed them. I was like, so you African? He was like, no, ain't no difference. I was like, well, you just said it was a difference. You said I was a Hebrew and you were Kemet. So you said that we were different, right? He was like, nah, what I'm saying is we all come from the same place. Now he was like, just like we in the class reunion now. So if the class of 73 come over and hit the class of 83 up, then that's them and us. I was like, that's you causing separation. Because you're all in one class. You caused a separation. And he was like, oh, well, listen. Well, I don't know what he said after that. But the point is, they have no sense. You know what I'm saying? They don't have any information. They don't have any knowledge, man. So shout out to the conscious communities because you're very unconscious.
Ridiculous.
You're very unconscious.
Somebody come in real quick. Zakwa Pa said the white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of.
Say it again.
Yeah, right.
The white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of.
Yeah,
Shout out.
I'm a Juan. ISUPK is checking in.
Shout out to
brother.
Shout out.
A lot, if I could. I think my sister just checked.
Sis.
Shout out.
My blood sister.
Blood sister. What's her name?
Anna Rodriguez.
Anna Rodriguez. Big up to Anna Rodriguez.
I love you. I miss you, man.
We got Kazak Damar. He says that he just talked to whoever. We on it. He says, remember the sister that we interviewed for Root and Speech? Remember, I don't know if y'all really remember. Back in the day, me and Kazak Damar interviewed a brother, or interviewed a sister that was in Florida. Her son had got killed in Jacksonville by a white man that was the neighbor. And the white man was able to walk over onto the lawn of the black man because according to the white man, the black dude was leaving trash or something corny, right? And so the white man came over and provoked the black dude. And when the black dude tried to defend himself, the white man killed him in cold blood, and he got away. And he got away. So you can pick up the Kazak Damar for reminding me of that. If you got the interview, Kazak, man, you got the send it up. We'll play that. Make sure you check out Kazak Damar's class on Monday. It's called the Monday Milk Class. It's at 7 to 8 o'clock.
Right.
What's that? Or 6 to 8, 7 to 9, or whatever. Check it out on Mondays. All right, Most High Christ. All right, and that's all I got. You got anything? Shout out. Anna Rodriguez, shout out.
Shout out Anna Rodriguez. Solutions.
Yeah, we got like 2 minutes.
Solutions.
We got solutions?
We have solutions. Yeah, man, we got 2 minutes.
Yeah, it's like over the time.
All right, okay.
Nah, go ahead, sir.
All right, solutions from the top. You know what I'm saying? We talked about getting a boot kiss from white people in Harlem, New York at the Harlem Cookout. And saying, well, we got to understand that the position of power needs to be, what's the word I want? We need a revolution in America. We need something that's going to bring black people to their right state of being. And that is being in a position of power, because now we live underneath the boot of every nation. The brother brought out, we underneath Chinese people, we underneath Indian people, we underneath every people on the face of the earth. So in order for us to find out who we really are, we have to first of all find out how do we assume that position of power. And the first thing we do is we ask the brother, we ask the white man, why do white people call the cops on us? You know what I'm saying? Why do they do these things to us? And they give us a true answer. They say because white people hate black people. That's what the white man said out of his mouth. So the first thing we need to do is understand what position we in and understand how to fix it. Our way of fixing it is literally coming to the truth. But our way of fixing it comes from people or men of renown. You know what I'm saying? We got to learn who those men are and why they say the things they say, because they have the power to fix black people. Instead, y'all call the police. The police kill you, shoot you in the face 3 times because they thought you were holding a knife, or you might have been holding a toy or a cell phone. You know what I'm saying? Even if you were mentally impaired, they still kill you. You know what I'm saying? So the problem that we face as black people in the community is that we don't know what power is.
That's right.
We see power in white people. Right. We see authority in white people. When we don't respect our own, we don't have love or compassion for our own because we give it to another nation. That's right. And those people beat you with a stick out of the Chinese store and shoot your kids in the face. And when you call the cops to say, can you take them to the hospital? You know what I'm saying? So we live in these lives of pain. We live in these lives of sorrow. We live in lives of horror because we choose not to respect the Lord. We choose not to respect what true power is. And true power comes from within us. True power comes from within the people that are great, like the LeBron Jameses, the Michael Jacksons, the Michael Jordans, the Mike Tysons. Those are the people that make the world go round. You know what I'm saying? Those are the people that everybody look to. Those are the people that everybody want to be like. Those are the people that we should be empowering. Those are the people that we should be making the Meek Mills, that we should be making strong enough to help bring back people back to the forefront. But instead, we look down on those people. We look down on Mike Tyson until he's beat to a pulp. We look down on Meek Mill until he's beat down to a pulp. You know what I'm saying? We got to understand, man, that the power comes from within us, man. And if we don't bring it out or we don't make it happen, it'll never happen, man. So coming together is something that we need to do. Coming together and understanding who the devil is according to the Bible is something that we need to do as black people. Right. And if we don't come together, man, we'll never make it, man. I don't know if I had any more of this. I forget what else we went through. You know what I'm saying? But we only got 2 minutes to wrap it up. You got anything to bring out? Anything I missed? Any solutions?
Yeah, it was good.
We put out Gunna Murdoch, and they were saying that they wanted to kill off all the black people. That's what they said in the 30s. They've been wanting to kill all the black. They want to eradicate black people since the 30s.
They brought us here to work. That's the only reason we're here in America, just to work. Build the pyramids, you know what I'm saying? And then one day, that Moses is going to come and he's going to say, let my people go. You see us every week on the corner screaming, let my people go. Come out of her, Israel. We on the corners every week yelling this.
That's right.
When you see Moses on that corner, you better understand who Moses is. You better understand what the Lord is trying to do for black people and his people. Egypt is here in America. That pyramid is your job. When you go to work, you're building Pharaoh's pyramid.
That's right.
Don't build Pharaoh's pyramid no longer because the Lord wants you to build his kingdom. Build the Lord's kingdom. It's right here in front of your face. That's that dope thing you see on the corner. That's that crackhead you see on the corner. That's that brother that you won't want to give $1 to because he's standing outside the liquor store. That's him. That's your kingdom. That's your people. The Hispanic man that you want to take away his cart or you want to send back to ICE or wherever. You want to send back to Mexico.
Right.
Those are your people. That's your kingdom. And if we don't build that up, man, we'll never be great, man. Instead, we'll always be downtrodden people getting beat out the stores, shot in the face, and killed because you called the police, man. If I could, that's what I'm saying.
All right, there you have it, man. Brutal Speech, another week. 2018, Tuesday, August 7th,
Fully on
11:07 p.m., man.
If I could, man. This is Rude Speech Radio, where every week we is Rude Speech, man. At the top of the table, we got Officer Zion, the host of hosts, man. We got Mataza Pa, the man of the hour. We got the special guest, man, because he's special. That copy corner, my man, Yashima, and you already Nizzo, Officer Nizzo. Shout out to the sister, man. She always brings good food every week, man. Shout out to you, man. Big things, man. This weekend was lamb. Shout out to this man. Appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? This is Rude Speech, where every week we is Rude Speech. We'll see you next week. You already know, man. We out.
Love.
Amen. I gotta get going home. God bless you. Take care, sir. Take care, Papa.
All right, mommy. The water, too, for the food that I'm about to.
All right, I gotta get out of here.
Thank you.
Yes, I do, too, man. My dad is blowing me up.
See you now. God bless you.